If we could, I think we would all wish to go back to a simpler time. A time when we knew who the bad guys were, because they wore red, and they spoke Russian. A time when movies were dominated by such delightful fare as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Big, and Die Hard. A time when Michael Jackson was still a respected pop star, and Milli Vanilli actually still sang at their shows. An idyllic time. The year 1988. Capitalizing on the mutant amphibian craze of the late 1980s, Sunsoft brought the world Blaster Master. A story of a young boy fighting through the mutant-infested sewers to save his pet frog. Tell the boy downstairs to fill that up again. Olives. We need olives. Yeah. Soak some of this up. The design team was led by Yoshiaki Iwata. He led about 5 part-time developers developing the game. They were trying to develop the best action game of the time. With all that entails, they wanted to bring an idea of using the tank to kind of encompass 360 degrees of the environment. The game development team was very heavily influenced by Metroid. Metroid had a very expansive level design, very open areas where you could go back and find things that weren't initially there. They followed that idea with Blaster Master, and that they wanted you to go to places to get upgrades and things that you would have to come back to areas you'd been to previously. One of the reasons we're even talking about Blaster Master is because of how poorly it did in Japan as Chao Wakusei Senki Metafight, the original idea of the game, which was Super Planetary Chronicles Metafight, loosely translated. They said, maybe if we kind of retool it a little bit, throw it over to the American crowd, maybe it'll do better. And it, in fact, actually did way better than anybody thought, because in Japan, I gotta say, it was terrible. And that kind of variance in the Japan-American markets is what led to some of the games that we enjoy today, and that's why we have Blaster Master and not Metafight. I don't read the review without a Danish. That's the deal. I get a Danish. What's the holdup? It's a Dutch pastry. I don't even know if it's Dutch. Might not be. It's actually probably Danish. It's the reason they call it a Danish is probably from the Danes. Damn it! The story of Blaster Master is an iconic one that's remembered in gaming circles. It's the story of Jason, a bright young youth with his future ahead of him, who selflessly throws himself into the haphazard sewers infested with mutants, willing to save his frantically frenetic frog, Fred. Nailed it! So the story on his face, a little, what the hell? Even as a kid, I remember thinking, wait, what? Like, I love my pet frog, but what?
What would you name your frog?
What would I name my frog? A frog. A good frog needs a good name, a strong name. When you look at what they chose, Fred seems actually very alliterative. Fred, frog, Fred, frog. But at the same time, Francis comes to mind. Francis, a much more high idea. Francis Frog. Ooh. Kind of get a little more dance out of the name, Francis Frog. Is this bad? You ever wonder if this is how the Egyptians did things? Jason maneuvers his tank through 8 levels of unestimable enemy hardships, furthering the idea of going deeper through the level, through the world, against bosses that will constantly provide the power-up that will allow you to get to other areas previously unreachable, should you conquer those enemies. There was an idea that you could beat a game, and it was so comfortable. One of the highlights of the controls of Blaster Master was the smoothness of, like, right from the get-go. When you're in the initial idea of put out there, you are jumping a tank around. It's so seamless. The upgrades were one of the actual, like, really best parts of the game. When you beat a boss, you saw the upgrades of the Crusher, the Blaster, the Hover upgrades that really kind of gave you what you needed to go to the next stages.
What the f? Okay, there's a Care Bear up there. I gotta admit, I'm getting a little concerned. A little concerned about Care Bear's stare action, okay? I'm not gonna lie, alright? Look, let's just, hey, come on. Is there a Care Bear stare thing going on? Am I evil? Am I like, no, don't, come on. Don't make it weird. What the f?
The musical score puts it out there, and it is actually really motivating. It is actually really, the musical score puts it out there along with the style. What was going on was the idea that you could present in the initial presentation of there being a greater canyon out there. Definitely be the musical score, which broadcasts already. Musical score of the game. Naoki Owaka, center of the Mini of Solid Sunsoft's other titles, who gave Sunsoft a reputation for its solid music in the games. One of the high points of the game, very popular. This is fucking dumb, man. What the f are we doing? Blaster Master gains an unprecedented mark across the idea of solid gaming with a solid core, but an undeniable come on. Oh, good. Okay. I feel Sochi's gonna feel better. Sochi's gonna feel better. What is that? What is that? That's a marker. What is that? That is a goddamn marker. That. There it is. Marker over there.
Look into the camera and say, Blaster Master, 4 out of 5 stars.
Blaster Master? What we're doing, we're done. We're done, skis. We've wrapped it up. Good stuff.
No, you haven't given a rating yet. That's a wrap. Alright, the professor's done. He's friggin' done. He's not making sense. He's over. Alright, so I'm gonna help finish the buddy out. Alright, Blast Master's a really great game. It's really hard levels. You get to go back and forth. It's not a linear design. And the down part of this game is the difficulty. It's really freaking difficult. There's a grenade glitch that helps you get it through the game when you're on the NES system. After that, it's really hard to do. I give this, and so does he, 4 out of 5 stars. Boom.
Really? We're going to journey to Strange new world, John.
Have any of you ever been to Bourbon Street? There was a bar called Female Impersonators. That's all I gotta get hit in the face. What else do you want me to say?